Welcome to this deep dive.
Great to be here.
We've got this stack of material you shared, lots of recent AI news and updates buzzing around.
Yeah, quite a collection.
And our mission basically is to unpack it together. We want to cut through the noise, pull out the really interesting bits, the important stuff.
Give you that shortcut to what's actually happening in AI right now based on these sources.
Exactly.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Absolutely. And what jumps out straight away from your sources is just how fast everything's moving.
Right.
You've got the biggest players pushing things forward, but also, facing some pretty serious questions.
And then there's innovation popping up in, totally unexpected places, too.
It's just a real mix.
Yeah, it is. We've got the tech giants, flexing their muscles. Then there's groundbreaking stuff in medicine, agriculture, crucial debates about data, creativity, even hints about, completely new ways we might interact with AI down the road. Right. And speaking of those giants, the first thing that jumps out from the material you provided is how they're making these really aggressive moves, especially targeting businesses.
Like OpenAI.
Exactly. OpenAI, for example, they've hit this huge milestone, 3 million paying business users.
Wow, 3 million businesses already paying for ChatGPT. That scale is it's incredible.
It really is.
How are they managing to embed themselves so deeply, so quickly into company workflows?
Well, the sources point to a few key things. They've added features like meeting recording and transcription right into ChatGPT.
Okay.
But maybe even more importantly, they've built these deeper integrations. Think tools companies already use constantly, like Google Drive, Dropbox.
Right, the everyday stuff.
Exactly. Plus, these enhanced workflow connectors. Basically, it's like the AI learns to work inside the processes you already have, automating steps.
So it's not just a separate thing you go to, it's woven in.
Precisely. Moving from a standalone tool to something actually part of how work gets done.
And clearly, it's working for businesses. Because your material mentions OpenAI's expected revenue this year. What was it? A projected $12.7 billion?
Yeah, $12.7 billion. That kind of number, well, it just highlights how fast this is turning into real economic impact, how quickly it's becoming part of the global workplace.
It's interesting, though, because it's not just about business, is it? The sources also suggest ChatGPT is evolving into more of a personal assistant.
That's right. It's handling things like scheduling, giving personalized recommendations. The aim seems to be making it something you rely on daily.
Blurring the lines a bit between work and personal use.
Yeah, trying to become indispensable, basically.
And OpenAI isn't the only one pushing AI into those daily routines. Google's making big moves, too, according to your sources.
Definitely. There was news about Google Translate testing and AI-powered redesign.
Oh, yeah. What's new there?
Well, it's moving beyond just word for word. It's aiming for contextual understanding, even identifying dialects.
Ah, okay. So potentially much more nuanced translations.
Exactly. Could make global communication feel a lot smoother. And Google Drive, it's getting an automatic document summarizer.
Finally. I think a lot of people have wanted that, bringing efficiency right into a core tool.
Right. And then looking a bit further out, the material mentioned Google I/O 2025 announcements.
What kind of stuff?
Things like AI-powered search, using your own data for real-time personalized results, more advanced conversational AI, even breakthroughs in voice-controlled robotics.
Voice-controlled robots. Okay, that's stepping things up.
It really shows Google pushing AI to be more integrated, more responsive, both to you as an individual and, well, the physical world.
So when you look at both OpenAI and Google here, the big picture seems to be AI fundamentally changing how you handle information, how you get tasks done.
Yeah, both at work and just in everyday life. Imagine, docs summarizing themselves or AI helping you navigate information flows in a way that feels genuinely intuitive.
But it's not all smooth sailing and growth, is it? Your sources definitely highlighted some, let's say, friction points, challenges.
Oh, for sure. This next section of the material really digs in some crucial questions around data, privacy, and, frankly, trust.
Like the OpenAI court order issue.
Exactly. OpenAI contesting that order to preserve all user logs, even stuff users thought they deleted. That immediately kicks off a big debate, doesn't it?
Yeah, about who controls your data, how transparent these companies need to be.
Precisely. What do they collect? What do they keep? Big questions.
And it's not just Western companies under the microscope. Your sources mention DeepSeek, the Chinese firm.
Yes, the controversy there, according to these reports, is that researchers suspect its model. Well, it might have used outputs generated by Google's Gemini during its own training.
Ooh, okay. That sounds like it could get complicated.
Very. If that's confirmed, you could see major legal fights over IP, proprietary data. It could really raise tensions in the global AI race.
Highlights how tricky data ownership gets when everyone's building on everyone else's work, sort of.
It really does. And even the giants stumble sometimes, right? Your sources noted Google had to temporarily pause that Gemini-powered Ask Photos feature.
Why was that?
The report said early users found it slow and the results weren't always clear or helpful. So Google pulled it back, promised to improve it. It's a good reminder, I think, that even with amazing AI, building features that actually work well for millions of people, it's hard. Really hard.
So all these points, woven through your sources, they really hammer home these ongoing issues around trust, don't they?
Definitely. Trust in how your data is used, trust in where the AI models came from, trust that the new features will actually work reliably.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit. The material you shared also showed the AI landscape isn't just the giants. It's expanding, right? New players, really specific applications.
Absolutely. It paints this picture of a much broader ecosystem emerging.
So who are some of these other players gaining ground?
Well, Perplexity AI stood out from the sources. It seems to be building momentum by focusing specifically on research-driven AI.
As opposed to just general chat.
Kind of, yeah. Positioning itself as maybe more transparent, more reliable for finding factual information. And they're getting partnerships with big names like Samsung, PayPal.
Interesting. So they're carving out a specific niche.
Seems like it. And beyond new companies, it's fascinating to see the really specific, innovative ways AI is being used. Like the healthcare examples you provided, those were pretty striking.
Yeah, they really were.
They show that real-world impact potential. There was that story about teenagers up in the Yukon.
Right, developing an AI app for skin cancer detection.
Yeah, from photos, aimed specifically at improving access to screening in remote Canadian communities. That's amazing.
It really is. And the other one, helping doctors diagnose rare diseases.
Yes, like AADC deficiency. Faster, more accurate diagnosis for conditions that are often missed. I mean, that can be absolutely life-changing for patients.
Wow. And even the regulators are getting in on it. The FDA launching ELSA.
Yeah, their own generative AI platform. Your sources noted it was developed securely, even ahead of schedule.
What's it for?
Streamlining drug regulation. Things like accelerating clinical reviews, summarizing safety reports, basically making a complex, critical process more efficient.
That's a pretty strong endorsement, the FDA building its own AI tool.
It really is. Shows AI moving right into the heart of government oversight.
And it wasn't just medicine either. Agriculture had some cool examples.
Exactly. Canadian innovators, again actually, launched a smartphone AI tool for assessing brain quality. Soybeans, specifically.
How does that work?
It uses AI to analyze high-res images of the grain. The goal is to standardize the data, make things more transparent for farmers, for processors.
Bringing AI to the farm gate, essentially.
Pretty much. These examples really underline that AI isn't just, the big chatbots or image generators. It's being tailored to solve very specific, sometimes niche, but really important problems across all sorts of industries.
Okay, now let's talk about AI's direct impact on work itself. Your sources definitely covered this, especially in areas like creative fields and marketing.
Yeah, the material brought in perspectives from people working right in those creative industries.
And what are they seeing?
Well, reports of challenges, definitely. Things like job losses, big copyright disputes, and just growing concerns about authenticity. AI-generated media, art, voice acting.
Right. Is it real? Who made it?
Exactly. It's sparking this huge debate about the future value of human creativity, human collaboration, when AI can do so much.
Meanwhile, on the business side, companies are racing to integrate AI into things like marketing tools. TikTok, for example. Your sources mention them launching new AI ad products, even with all that uncertainty about a U.S. ban.
Yeah, they're pushing ahead. Cutting-edge AI for ad products, campaign analytics, tools that automate ad creation, optimize keywords, boost e-commerce features right on the platform.
So trying to attract marketers and make their platform indispensable.
Definitely. It really heats up the competition in that whole AI-driven social media marketing space.
And Snapchat's doing stuff too.
They unveiled a standalone app, basically making it easy for anyone to design AI-enhanced augmented reality effects.
Democratizing AR creation a bit.
Yeah, expanding those creative possibilities for users, regardless of their technical skill.
Then in the video world, there was news about Moments Lab raising $24 million for AI managing video archives.
That's right. Their platform uses AI to take these huge libraries of video content and make them actually searchable, usable, monetizable.
How?
It applies advanced metadata like tagging objects, actions, recognizing spoken words, plus language tools. The goal is to help brands, media companies make sense of and actually use their massive video assets. They're aiming to lead that whole video management space.
And it's not just specialized tools. Core business software is getting major AI upgrades. Your sources mentioned Workday.
Oh, yeah. Workday is launching a whole suite of AI features, things like integrating AI agents, natural language APIs.
What are natural language APIs?
Basically, ways for other software to talk to Workday using more human-like instructions. And they have a developer copilot, too, to help developers build things faster.
And they're claiming pretty big productivity boosts.
Up to 50%, they claim. It really looks like Workday is trying to transform itself into a platform that manages not just your people and finances, but also these virtual AI agents helping out with tasks.
Okay, so with AI becoming so central to how businesses run, it makes sense that your sources also mention regulation and oversight ramping up.
Absolutely. That's becoming a critical focus. The material highlighted that the big four accounting firms, Deloitte, PwC, EY, KPMG, they're all developing specialized audits just for AI systems.
Audits for AI, why?
Well, to tackle all those growing concerns around regulatory compliance, ethical use, transparency, can we trust the decisions AI systems are making?
Right. So trying to set standards.
Exactly. The aim seems to be setting global standards for how AI should be vetted, how it should be trusted when it's used in business.
It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How might AI be affecting your job, your industry? Are the tools you rely on getting these AI enhancements?
And what does this rise of AI auditing mean for trust, for compliance, how businesses operate behind the scenes?
Okay, finally, tucked away in your sources was this really intriguing glimpse of, well, maybe the future, where we might interact with AI through totally new kinds of devices.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting, potentially game-changing.
The collaboration between OpenAI and Jony Ive, the legendary designer.
That's the one. The material describes this partnership focused on developing a, quote, groundbreaking AI device, or maybe a companion.
What does that even mean?
Well, the emphasis seems to be on really intuitive design, advanced AI capabilities, with this bold ambition to maybe redefine what comes after the smartphone.
Oh. Okay, after the smartphone, that's a big goal.
Huge. The reports are building anticipation, talking about the first product being the most beautiful ever, maybe arriving around 2027.
And the vision is, what? More seamless AI? Maybe screen-free.
That seems to be the direction. Seamless integration into daily life, moving beyond the screen paradigms we have now.
It definitely leaves you with a fascinating question to chew on, doesn't it?
For sure.
Could the next big leap in how we interact with AI involve completely new hardware, moving beyond the phones and laptops we carry now?
Changing the physical devices, changing the whole interaction model. It's certainly possible.
So just based on the material you shared for this deep dive, we've covered a massive amount of ground.
We really have.
From, the sheer scale of enterprise growth at OpenAI and Google's big AI push.
Right, to the controversies swirling around privacy, data integrity.
The emergence of new, focused players and these amazing specific applications in healthcare, farming.
The real effects AI is having on creative work, marketing, the transformation of core business tools, the rise of AI auditing standards, and even these hints about totally futuristic AI devices. What really stands out, I think, is just the sheer speed and the variety of AI development happening all at once across so many different areas, all reflected just in this recent snapshot from your sources.
Yeah, it's kind of dizzying. Which brings us, I guess, to a final thought for you, the listener, to maybe mull over. As AI gets woven more and more deeply into, well, everything, our work, our health, our creativity, even the gadgets we carry, how do we balance it?
Balance the undeniable innovation, the convenience, with those critical questions about privacy, data control, authenticity, the future of human work.
It's the central tension, isn't it?
It really is. This deep dive gave us a snapshot of the present based on the info you provided, but man, the questions about the future, they're really just starting to unfold.
Always more to learn, and definitely lots of angles to consider from the sources you shared. Thanks for joining us for this one.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Until the next one.